Hello. Hi, Stevie. How are you? And whoever else is here. All right, what's going on? How are you doing, Stevie? And what is it that you need the most? So, body wise, or it could be actually mentally as well. What is it you feel your greatest needs are? Definitely in the body, but it could also be in the mind in terms of grounding mental energy. And then who else is here? Let me know. So, Stevie, I'll definitely be calling you later and talking to you after this. All right. So, today, stress reduction. I'm doing this class live starting in July. So, whether you're here now or you watch this later, because a lot of people watch it recorded, I will not be live anymore in July, and well, I will be live. I'll be live for those that are in Southern California with me in class, but I won't be live here. So that's starting in July. Oh, first comments. Oh, my first comments were just about, well, first of all, I asked you what you needed the most, whether that's physically or mentally, emotionally. And then I was just explaining that I'm only going to be live here for the next 3 weeks, I think. And then I'm going to go live in person live. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not really sure how it's going to go, actually. So we'll see if I continue to do live on Saturdays or if I come back to YouTube. But we cannot do a hybrid model in that facility. So it will only be in person. So anyway, that's what I said. Oh, and then I said I would talk to you. I'll call you later today, Stevie. All right, so I'm going to start because I do have some things I want to do today. And I want to have you all get your stuff ready. So I know someone else is there. I think I know who that is. All right. All right. So for today, I want to work on joint health and range of motion in the joints. And at my PT yesterday, I went to my PT and he said, you have such good movement in your body. And I thought about that, what he said. And really what that is, it's all my years of yoga and understanding how valuable joint health is. Actually, yesterday was my 6-year anniversary for my total hip replacement. So joint health is critical to health. If you don't have healthy joints, we work on stronger bones, we work on stronger muscles, but nobody really thinks about working on the joints themselves. And it is the joints where we have the most stress in our body, where we have inflammation showing up, arthritis showing up, wear and tear showing up. So really taking care of your joints and thinking about your joints is really important. And one of the things to focus on when it comes to joint health is range of motion and increasing the range of motion. So really flexibility becomes so critical to joint health. And so today, I'd really like today's focus or intention for the practice to be on creating space in your body, in your joints. And we'll do that with stretching. We stretch the muscles. We also stretch ligaments and tendons when we're stretching. And ligaments are what hold the bones together. So those are more stabilizing tissues. And the tendons are what attach the muscles to the bones. So when we do stretch, we are stretching ligaments, stretching tendons, stretching muscles. And if you do this often, then you'll actually increase your range of motion and your flexibility in your body. So that is a really important thing for healthy aging is flexibility and not something we focus on often. And there is nothing better than yoga for that, or the physical practice of yoga. So for today's practice, the props I'd like you to have are the block and the strap, which we always use, and then a blanket, which we also always use. And most people have this at home. So that's why I use blankets often, and I use blankets for as a prop. Now, I do have a bolster today, and I'd like us to use a bolster. And many of you may not have a bolster, but what you may have are extra blankets or pillows. And so props are to fill in spaces, or to bring the floor to you, or to bring you closer to something. So it is there to assist your body, especially the joints and the ability of the joints to bend or to move. So props can be a wonderful way to practice, to explore and find what it is you're looking for in your body, and to not push too hard. So it really, when I had my issues with my hips, I had to use props in order to kind of minimize or lessen the stretch or the pull that I was doing on my hip. And so props can be really supportive for that. So get a bolster or get pillows or something. We're going to begin the practice today in an inversion, in a supported bridge posture, which means pelvis will be elevated above heart and head. This actually helps to stimulate the relaxation response in the body. There's studies that are done on this posture. So it's going to increase blood flow into the heart, to the head. That is going to be received or perceived by the sensory aspects of your arteries, your aortic arch or carotid arteries. And so it's going to slow down your heart rate. So this is good for heart health. The people that should not do this, the counterindications are current headache, glaucoma, or unmanaged high blood pressure. So even if you have high blood pressure and it's managed, it's okay to do this. I'm going to use a bolster, and if you didn't have a bolster, you could take a blanket or a pillow or a towel and fold that up and make this be your bolster. So either a bolster or something like a bolster. Now we are going to elevate our pelvis, so there's going to be a downward movement of pressure towards the head and neck area. So either no blanket or a very thin fold blanket at the top of your mat. And then we're going to use the bolster. You could also use a block if you didn't have a bolster. You could use a block under your pelvis. So whatever you're going to do, have it ready. And then bring yourself onto your tushy. And actually stay here on your buttocks for a second. Just stay on. I'm working my hips these days, so I need to give a little extra care to my hips and my glutes because I'm working them so much. So let's come onto the buttocks and just move side to side. So go across from one buttock to the other so we can soften up that area. We're going to be putting that on the prop. So just go back and forth side to side from one glute to the other, and see if you could go towards the edge of your body, the side of your body, so that you're actually on your posterior hip capsule. And then bring yourself back to center. So we're going to come all the way down, have your prop handy, bring yourself down onto the ground. And from here, your blanket is underneath your head. Make sure it's a pretty thin fold. And then reach down, and whatever it is you're going to put under your body, walk your feet closer, push your pelvis away from the ground, and then place the bolster underneath your body. You want it to be where your sacrum is, the base of your spine, and your buttocks. So don't have it too far away from you, and don't have it too close that it's on the low back. So don't let it go above the top of your pelvis. And then arrange yourself here with space. So you could put your arms on the ground, lift your rib cage away, and pull your rib cage away from your pelvis so you create space in your torso, in your abdominals. Feel your pelvis on the bolster or whatever you have underneath your body. And then press your arms into the ground, lift your rib cage away from the ground, slide the shoulder blades closer to the spine. So bringing the shoulder blades to where their home is, so that you'll protect your chest from collapsing or caving in. Then take your arms out to the side. And at first, just bring them straight off to the side or a little lower if you have shoulder issues. Lift your legs one at a time just so your feet go into a neutral position.
And then bring your feet onto the ground a little wider than your body, not too much wider, a little. And then let the knees fall in towards each other and rest. Then close your eyes, breathing in and out through the nose. And noticing what you notice here in this position. So let your awareness go up and down your body. Go to the places where maybe you feel tension or tightness. Then bring your awareness to the upper back, head, and neck area. You want a nice long back neck, so lift your head up, lengthen your head away. So the part of your head that is touching the floor is the lower part of the back of the head. Your back neck is long. And the pressure that you feel from this elevated posture is in the upper back. If you'd like to move into a little more upper body stretch, see if you could raise your upper arm bones a little higher. Elbows are bent. Hands are on top of the wrists, on top of the elbows, so joint alignment. Mouth is closed, breathing in and out through your nose. The top of the core is the diaphragm, and that is the primary breathing muscle. So let's work to strengthen our diaphragm using this pressure of gravity pressing towards the diaphragm to push away from that on the inhales and on the exhales. So bring your awareness to your lower ribs. And as you breathe in, expand your lower ribs up, out, and back. Feel your lower rib cage expand as you breathe up towards the sky, out towards the sides, and back towards the floor. Now bring your awareness to your belly. And as you breathe in, expand your diaphragm, expand your rib cage, and push downward towards your belly. So try to create as much pressure in your abdominal area as you can with your breath. And let your mind be in your belly. Feel the stretching that takes place because you're expanding your breath as much as you can. Keep your mind busy with your body. Now bring your awareness to the sides of your lower pelvic area. As you breathe in and breathe to the sides. Feel yourself getting wider and feel whatever stretching is taking place as you breathe deeply to your pelvis. And now bring your awareness to your tailbone and your sacrum. So feel the heaviness of your body on the prop and breathe to that area. Breathing in, mouth is closed. Breathing in down your spine all the way to the tip of your tailbone. And breathe so deeply that you feel a lot of stretching taking place in your pelvis and in your abdominal area. And then take one more breath. And now take 3 big breaths where you fill up your belly and your pelvis as much as you can, breathing as deep as you can, letting the diaphragm push against all that's pushing against it in this position. And at the end of that last breath, let the breath go. Bring your awareness to your body, feeling, noticing. Try to keep your mind in your body as much as you can. And every time you come up to the mind to think about yesterday, think about tomorrow, or fantasize, bring your awareness back down into your body as if you take an elevator from the mind into the body. Present moment. Bring your awareness to your fingers. Take your arms overhead and stretch your body if you can. And then explore taking one leg straight and then the other leg straight. So coming into a supported back bend. See how this feels in your body. If you reach your arms above, you'll feel probably a pretty strong stretch in the abdominal area or in the pelvic area. Stretching the spine, the front of the spine, stretching the hip joint. And breathe to your belly. So keep the breath low. Try not to breathe to your heart area. Breathe down to your belly. And let the breath even help to deepen that stretch. So the psoas muscle, your filet mignon, attaches to the lumbar spine. So you may even feel that right in the center of your body on either side of your belly button, feeling that stretch of the upper part of the psoas. And then take your hands and clasp your hands if you can, reaching up and away from you, and then flex your feet, push the heels into the floor a lot, and then slide your heels away and slide your hands away. Breathe into your belly. And then bend your knees. So it's important here that you move safely because the psoas is attached to lumbar spine, all 5 lower back bones, and then to the inner thigh. So when you move your legs away from the body and you're in this extension position in the lumbar spine, make sure you're in your body so you feel what feels safe for your body to move. So let's stretch the hip flexors a little deeper. Bring your right knee in. See if you can hold on to the shin or behind the hamstring. And then explore taking the left leg away. Now, it may feel okay for you to do that, or it may not. That was not a safe movement for me when I had my hip issues. So be in your body to determine what is appropriate. And then if you do hold behind your hamstring, pull the leg towards your body. So shorten the space between top thigh and low belly by pulling your leg straight towards your body. And then notice that stretch on the opposite side. So right knee is in You'll feel that stretch in the front of the left hip flexor. Push your heart up towards the sky so that you add extension to the thoracic spine. Don't let the thoracic spine collapse, and that'll help to take extra tension out of the lumbar spine. Take one more breath. And then we're going to switch, and I want you to do this slowly. So first bend the left leg, put the right foot on the floor, draw the left knee in, holding on either shin or hamstring. This also stretches the glutes and the back of the hip joint, hamstring muscles, and the attachment of the hamstring to the pelvis. So stretching ligaments, tendons. Straighten right leg if it's appropriate for you. And then explore this. Close your eyes. Breathe. Be in your body. Long waist. Push your heart up towards the sky. Always breathing through your nose. Keep your mouth closed. Take one more breath. And then bend your knees. So every time you show up to your practice, and every time you connect to your breath and you stay present moment, you allow your body to go into the healing zone and into finding or trying to find homeostasis, which is that internal balance the body is always striving for. So setting yourself up for success, yoga, during your yoga practice, definitely we have that opportunity to do that. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest. Try to keep your legs right above your pelvis. And if the low back is not happy, you can bring your knees a little closer. So just try that right now, actually. Bring your knees a little closer. See how that presses the top edge of the pelvis into the bolster. It actually brings flexion into the lumbar spine, which is the opposite way that curve naturally lives. So a little more relieving to bring the knees into the chest. When the knees are right above the pelvis, you come into the neutral pelvis, and then you need your core to be activated to maintain this. So do whatever's appropriate for you. And then let's start lubricating the knee joint. So bending and unbending the knees, lengthening the hamstring muscles. And then at first go with your toes. So let your toes be what leads the way. Moving towards straight legs. So whatever that means for you. And then start to shift where you reach through the heel up towards the sky. Go slow. And you'll start to feel that coming into your calves. Going towards a straight leg, whatever that means for you. And then think about the center of your heel pointing straight up towards the sky. Toes are towards you. Sole of the foot is up towards the sky. And then for those of you with knee issues, notice how this feels in that joint. So there's no gravity here. So this is a great way usually to lubricate the knee. And then start to notice the function of your joint. Does your leg go off to the side? When your toes come up, do they point straight back, or do they go into an externally rotated duck foot position? And then if you did have ink on your foot and it was on the ceiling, what part of your foot would touch? So just noticing the gait and the way that the joints move in your legs. Because then you can start to correct what needs corrected. So both legs, either knees are towards your body or right above your pelvis. feeling the heat in the quadricep muscles from this work. And then bring your legs up. So straight legs or a slight bend in the knees. Actually do a slight bend in the knees and shake your legs. So let the legs sink into the hip joint. That's relaxing for your hips. And then bring your awareness to your feet. Inhale to point strongly. Feel the stretch on the top of the feet. And then exhale, heels up towards the sky, toes towards you. Feel that stretch in the calves. Inhale and exhale. So this actually should feel good. Look at your ankles, look at your feet. And then we're going to do circles. So let the toes go away from each other, away from you, towards each other, towards you. And go slow. Feel your ankles move. And then the other direction. Toes towards each other, away from each other, towards you. And then go ahead and draw your knees towards your chest, or hold on to them with straight arms there. So hold on to the kneecaps with straight arms so you're actually holding the weight of the legs, giving your core a break, your back muscles a break. And then let's do a little here for core and for legs. Let's see if you could do a scissor leg movement. So yours might be like this. Working core muscles, stabilizing muscles, or if you're able to go a little deeper, feeling the hip flexors work, leg muscles. So do what's appropriate for you. Checking the ego at the door. Staying in the healing safe zone and not doing too much. Reaching really through the feet, so lengthening the legs as much as you can when you do this. And then bring yourself back to neutral. Bring your feet onto the ground, bring your hand onto your belly. Feet are wider than the body, let the knees fall in towards each other. Close your eyes. Let your awareness go into your body, into your legs, noticing what you notice. And then bring your hands onto your hip bones and push one hip bone at a time down. So stretching some of the ligaments of the pelvis. Then bring yourself back to center. Take your prop out. And then push it away from yourself. So let's take the blanket and fold the blanket. So if you had a really thin blanket or no blanket, bring it to a bigger fold. And then for those of you that are tight, have a lot of tightness in your legs, you could even have more of a fold because we're going to do some leg stretches. And so the higher the blanket is, the easier it is, especially if you have tightness in your legs. Get your strap. So let's do the right leg first. Draw the right leg in, take your strap on your right foot, and then move the strap up and down your foot. So go pretty, like a lot of tension so you feel heat developing, waking up the foot. And then come to a static hold. Come right to the center of the arch and hold the right strap in the right hand, the left in the left. Wrap your hands around. And then your left leg is bent. Your right knee is bent. Sole of the foot is up towards the sky. Let's inhale, bend your knee, your right knee straight towards you. And then exhale to move towards straight, either straight or towards straight. Inhale to bend, exhale. And then bend the knee a little, not a lot, and then draw that leg back towards the wall behind you. Feeling that stretch, the hamstring, maybe the glute. Keep a right long waist, so push the pelvis away from you with your awareness. So a lot of glute and hamstring stretch here. We're in the belly of the muscle of the hamstring when the knee is bent. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back up. Take the strap in the left hand. So hold the strap in the left hand. Take your right hand, take the heel of the right hand all the way down where your leg attaches to the body. Take your hand down and then push the heel of your hand into your leg so you feel your femur bone. So you're pushing your leg away with your right hand and then guide the strap towards the wall behind you. So it'll be a pretty deep stretch. It'll deepen the stretch. Straight knee if you can. You're pushing the leg away and be pretty low. Don't push the femur bone up here. Be lower, right where your leg attaches to your body. Push the heel of the hand into the leg. And then pull the strap back towards the wall behind you. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and release. So that's just a way to deepen the stretch of the hamstring. So we're going to stretch the adductors, the inner thigh muscles that attach onto the pelvis and the inner knee joint. Really important for knee health. So take your block and bring your block to the right side. And put your block pretty close to your body on this level. So not on the most narrow, not on the highest, but on the middle level, right next to your thigh, to your body. Take your strap in your right hand, slide your hand down. And then before you move, take the left leg straight. Go slow and straighten your left leg. So we're going to stretch the inner thigh. You want your foot to stay close to your head. If at any point it starts to move away, that's where you know you need to stop. So straighten your arm, straighten your leg, or not straighten your arm, you're going to move your arm out to the side, sorry. So push into the strap, and then you're going to inhale to let your leg go to the side. Now, depending where your foot starts to go forward, this block will help to support the weight of your leg. So some of you may need it, some of you may not. Keep your leg high, push into the strap, push your left leg into the floor, stabilize your pelvis. Feel the inner thigh stretch on the right side. This is also a great thing to do at a wall where you have your left foot pressing into the wall. Or even if you're in the doorway or a wall where you could let your right leg be on the wall and your left leg could be through the doorway. If you need support, take one more breath. And then bring yourself back up to center. Block away. You could keep your left leg straight or bent, up to you. Take the strap in the left hand. Slide the hand down the strap. Take your right hand to the side. So we're going to stretch the side of the leg. This is the iliotibial band and the muscle of the upper hip. So keep your leg high. Slightly turn your toes in. And then you're going to guide the leg over to the side. Now, if you have a posterior hip replacement, be careful with this. For those that are pretty limber If you want, you can let your leg go even farther over to the side. You're adding rotation to your spine, so make sure it's appropriate for your body. And then make sure your right waist is long. So leg is straight or knee could be bent, but preferably leg is straight. And you don't have to be all the way over. So for those that cannot go over, which could be quite a few people, even bringing your leg to the side, you're going to feel that stretch along the side of your body. Take one more breath and then bring yourself back up to center. Left leg straight or bent up to you. Take your hand in the strap, both pieces. And you're at the arch. Let's stretch the ankle joint. Kneecap stays pointing backwards. Pull on the strap in the left hand, bending the foot to the side so you feel the right ankle joint stretch. And then pull on the strap in the right hand, pinky toe edge. So stretching the ankle joint. The only thing moving is your ankle. Don't let your knee or your leg move. And then bring yourself back to center. Bend your knee for a second. Take your hands out of the strap. Bring the strap to the widest part of your foot. And then holding onto the strap, a slight knee bend. So not a super deep bend, slight bend in your knee. Inhale. As you exhale, straighten your knee, push the heel up towards the sky, and stretch the heck out of your calf muscle. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. And then come to a straight position. Hold this. Pull your foot down towards the floor. Push your heel up towards the sky. Feel that right buttock rooted down in the ground. Feel that stretch in the back of the right leg. Take one more breath. And then bend your leg, bend your knee. Take the strap in the right hand and then draw the knee towards the shoulder. So this is a happy baby posture. It stretches the inner thigh and back of the front leg. So holding onto your strap pretty high up, drawing the knee towards the ground, the knee towards the armpit, sole of the foot up towards the sky. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back up to center. Bend the left leg, take the strap off. Bring the strap to the side. Take your legs straight. Both legs are straight. Hands are on your belly. Closing your eyes. Bring your awareness to your right foot, your right ankle, your right calf, the right knee, the right upper thigh, right hip. Noticing what you notice. And then compare the right leg with the left leg. See if you notice a difference between one and the other. Does one feel bigger, more energy? And go ahead and bend your knees. So usually when we stretch a leg like we did on the right side, you'll feel so much more activity. It'll feel bigger, maybe closer to the ground. You'll feel all of the movement in the leg. When we stretch muscles, we actually stretch nerves and blood vessels as well. We also create a lot of hydration in the tissues. So stretching is very important. Let's go to the left leg. So bring the left foot in, take the strap on the foot and start to move the strap. And then come to the arch of the leg and wrap your hands around the strap and your knee is bent. And then we're going to inhale to bend, exhale to straighten or towards straight. So I know not everyone can go straight yet, but you'll be able to if you keep practicing. And you have some tension on your strap, you're pulling down. And then keep yourself in this bent knee position, not too deep of a bent knee, and then draw the leg back towards the wall behind you. Feel that in the hamstring, maybe the glute. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Now we're going to come with a straight leg. So you can keep the right knee bent or straighten the right leg, up to you. And we're going to draw, take the strap in the right hand. And you're going to take the left palm, flexing your hand, slide your hand down closer to your body, and then push your left palm into your leg so you feel the bone, the femur bone. And then you're going to come into the stretch. You're going to push away with your hand and pull towards the wall behind you, deepening that stretch behind the leg and the hamstring. Try to straighten the leg here if you can. Mouth closed, breathe in and out through your nose. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and release. So we're going to do the inner thigh. I'm going to put back because I like to use the wall. So take your block to the side if you need it. So only if you need it. If you need it on the other side, you might need it on this side. Take the strap in the left hand. And then as you go out to the side, keep that leg moving up towards the wall behind you. Let your leg go out to the side. Stretching the inner thigh, the adductors. Right leg is straight, or if the knee is bent, really activate the support muscles. So making sure right buttock stays on the ground, right hip is pressing down towards the ground. Feel that inner thigh stretch on the left side. Push into the strap, active leg. Take one more breath. And then draw that leg back up to center. We're going to switch the grip to stretch the side leg. The side of the left leg. Take the strap in the right hand. Left leg is straight, right leg is straight, or keep that right leg bent, up to you. So keep the leg pretty high, slight internal rotation, toes turn inward. Posterior hip, be careful. Hip replacement, I mean. And then you're going to guide your leg over to the right. So do what's appropriate for your body. Guiding the leg over to the right. For those that can or that want to go deeper, you could bring your left leg all the way over. I'm not going to because this is my hip replacement side. And even though my doctor says you could do anything, I'm like, really? I don't know about that. So anyway, be in your own body, determine what's a safe range of motion for you, choose what's the best thing for you to do. But where you should feel this stretch is on the left side of your leg, maybe by the left knee, left hip, left buttock. It is really nice if you can go all the way into this and go over to the side. For those that can. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back and out. Bring your strap to, did we do the ankle yet? I can't remember if we did our ankle. So let's do the ankle joint. Take your hands on the strap, pull into the right side of the strap to stretch the left ankle joint, and then pull on the strap, the left strap to stretch the inner ankle. What you want to make sure here is that your kneecap doesn't move, your leg doesn't move. So it really is just the ankle that you're articulating. This is important for injury prevention. The more receptive the ankle joint is to stress, hopefully the less likely it is to fracture if you slip, trip, stumble, or fall. And bring yourself back to neutral. Bring the strap to the top part of the foot, the widest part of the foot. Wrap your hand around. Pull the leg down so you feel that pressure, maybe in the buttocks, maybe in the hip. Slight bend the knee. Inhale. As you exhale, unbend the knee and push the heel up towards the sky. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, you're going to come up and hold, stay here. Pull the strap down so you feel pretty strong tension in the calf. Push the heel up towards the sky. Pull down a lot with the strap. That'll intensify the stretch. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and release. Take the strap in the left hand, coming into the happy baby. So bending the knee, draw the knee towards your shoulder. The higher up the strap you hold, the more you'll be able to bring that knee down towards the shoulder. You might feel that stretch on the opposite hip flexor, maybe underneath hamstring or adductors. Sole of the foot is up towards the sky. Take one more breath. And then take the strap off and bring yourself into a fully stretched position, hands are on the belly. Let your legs be a little wider than hip distance. And bring your awareness to the left foot, the left ankle, calf, knee, upper thigh. And then feel both of your legs. So come on to your side. Let's do a quadricep. This is a easy way to stretch quads. You could have your bottom leg bent a little for support. What you want is that top leg to come off of your body. So not having it come forward and not having it go backwards, but really coming straight off your body, trying to unbend the hip joint. So if you're able to bend the knee and reach back, ideally touching the top foot and bringing your heel to your tushy would be ideal, but I know that's not accessible for some. You may need to grab your socks or your shorts or whatever it is and pull that towards your buttocks. So whatever it is you do, you want to feel the stretch in the quadricep muscles here at the top of your thigh. Reach long with your knee, try to unbend your hip. Keep your chest open on that top side. Take one more breath. And then go to the other side. So roll over to your other side. Bending the foot, bringing the foot to touch the tushy would be ideal. Not all have that access. Try to unbend that hip, reach the knee long away from you. Feel the stretch on your quads here. Make sure that top shoulder, the chest is open on that side. Deep breaths here. Close your eyes and feel what's happening in your body. And take one more breath. And then bring yourself onto your back. All right. So that's a lot of good stuff for your legs, for your most of the muscles in the legs, if not all of them. Take your hands and bring your hands onto your kneecaps from above. So you're not reaching around to the side. You're coming from above to your kneecaps. And your arms are straight. And then hold on to your knees with your hands. Draw your knees towards your body. Feel your pelvis tilting. Feel the low back pressing into the ground. Feel that nice release and relief that comes into the low back. And then inhale, straighten your arms. Let your hands and arms be what move your legs. So let your legs go long for the ride. Let your pelvis go long for the ride. You exhale to draw your knees in. You inhale to straighten your arms. Exhale and inhale. Close your eyes. Exhale and inhale. This is called Apanasana, knees to chest. And then draw the knees in. You could bring your arms to the side now to hold onto your shins or underneath the hamstrings. Or if you're able to come up and hold on to your elbows and draw the knees into your body and bring your head up, you could try to come into a really tight flexion position and then breathe down to your belly. One more breath. And then bring yourself up. Get your block. Let's do bridge, using the block to help activate the stabilization at the center of the body. Squeezing the block, activating your inner thigh muscles. And I really want you to focus on the back of your body, the posterior chain, your glutes. So we'll be unbending our hips, stretching the front of our body, and activating the back of the body. So because of that, we'll move up with an exhale so that the movement away from the ground and the awareness will be on the exhalation to focus on glutes and to focus on the muscular action of the back of the body and the bending of the spine. So take your blanket away from the back of your head. Push your arms into the ground. Lift your rib cage away. Slide the shoulder blades closer to your body. And then lengthen your neck away from you. Feet are as close to your body as you could get them. Begin by squeezing the block so you feel the adductors turning on. Then tilt your pelvis backwards, flatten your low back into the ground. Inhale. As you exhale, push your feet into the floor, squeeze your buttocks. Lift your pelvis as high as you can away from the floor. Close your eyes. Feel your spine bending. Push your arms into the ground and inhale to lower and release. Exhale, contract, unbend your hip, contract your glutes, push your arms and your feet into the floor, activate the back of your body, and then inhale to lower. Keep moving. Close your eyes, feel this in your body, mobilizing your spine, your hips. On your next one, you're going to come up and hold. Take 8 breaths here. Squeeze your buttocks, unbend your hip, lift your pelvis, push your feet into the floor, push your arms into the floor. The weight is in the upper back, not in the head and neck. Long neck, chin to chest, heart pressing up towards your forehead area. Squeeze your buttocks. Push your arms and your feet into the floor. Squeeze the block. Finishing up your last breath. And then slowly bringing yourself down. Take the block out. Take your blanket and unfold your blanket so it's on a pretty narrow fold. We're going to do a little trunk stabilization with bridge. So you can have some support with the blanket if you need it, or nothing. So for those that need it, do it. Slide your shoulder blades closer towards each other and then lift your feet off the ground so they go into where a neutral position is. Feet are hip distance. Tilt your pelvis backwards, flatten your low back into the ground. Squeeze your buttocks and lift your pelvis off the floor with the intention of unbending the hip joint. You're only lifting off to about your lower ribs at the back. And then when you're here, make sure your feet are hip distance, so not too wide. Push your left foot into the floor, contract your left buttock, and lift your right foot off the floor without letting your pelvis tilt. And then place the right foot on the floor, make the connection of both feet, contract the right glute, lift the left leg off, don't let your pelvis tilt, and then bring yourself down. This is a walking bridge, core and trunk stabilization, glute work, hip joint strengthening. Try not to let your body move. Close your eyes, feel this as you walk in this bridge position. Strong hip joint, strong spine. One more each side. Bring yourself to neutral, all the way down. Blanket underneath your head, knees into your chest. So a lot of glute work. Hopefully you could feel that. I definitely feel that. Take your right ankle over your left, reach around your body, lift your head up, take a hold of the feet. Thumbs are on the arches, fingers are on the top of the feet, and then pull the legs down towards your body. Stretching the hips, the glutes. And then let's switch. So take the legs now, the left leg is on top of the right, reaching around, taking hold of your feet, pulling your feet apart from each other, and pulling the legs down towards your body. Take one more breath. Knees to chest, and then come onto your side. And from here, push yourself up and away from the ground. All right. Take your blanket. Fold your blanket. For those with knee issues, you may want more padding, so either more blankets or more pads. Coming onto your knees, bring your block forward. Come onto your hands and knees. And then take your hands wide, your knees wide. Just push around in your body, in your joints. Side to side, and then forward and backwards. And then bring yourself back up. So let's do a little lateral chain work, so side body strengthening. Bring your knees directly underneath your pelvis. So let's go to the right side first. The right leg, so you're going to keep the knee on the floor. I'm going to show you this with my left side, but you're going to slide your foot off to the side with the knee on the ground. So do that with the right side. The right foot goes off to the side. Then bring your block by your left side, push into the block. From here, you're going to activate your core. Lift your pelvis up to turn your pelvis forward and bring your inner edge of your left leg onto the ground. So you might be opposite of me. I'm just saying the side that I'm on. So for some of you, you may need the block to be here. Others may not. Hand is on the waist. Really turn your heart forward and your hips forward. And then from here, lift the left leg off the floor. The higher you lift this leg, the more work you're doing on the side body. Real supportive of knee health and hip health. If you are able, you could leave the leg there, bring the hand up. So these are all variations of this. Or you could bend the knee, reach back, hold on to the foot, and come into a back bend version of this. So whatever is appropriate for you. But make sure that your hips and your heart are forward. And then flex the top leg. Reach through the heel of the top leg. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Come all the way down. We're going to go to the other side. You just need to turn to the side. I want to face you all, so I'm going to switch my position. So bringing your left hand underneath your shoulder, hips, the knees are underneath the hips, slide the left leg to the left. And then you're going to come onto the side, opening up your body forward. So open up your hips, open up your chest. And then from here, lifting your right leg. You could have the block for those of you that need it, because this has balance in it, this posture. So for some, this is a hard posture to maintain from balance perspective. And then of course, coming into the back bend, if that's available to you, or if you want that. So it just depends on what you need, strength, flexibility. Reach through the heel. Breathe down to your belly, keep your mouth closed. Take one more breath. And then bringing yourself down onto all fours. Take your hands forward and wide, pretty wide, like as wide as your mat. And then bend your hip joint to bring your low belly closer to your top thighs. Bring your forehead forward. Stretch your spine. Take one more breath. Bring your head up. Walk your hands over to the right. So walk your arms over to the right. Keep them straight. This is going to stretch the side of your body. So if you feel tight on one side, on the left side or the right side, this is lateral chain stretching. Hands are to the right. Push your hips to the left. Let your head rest on your left arm and feel that stretch on the left side body. Breathe to your left. One more breath. Bring yourself through center over to the left with your arms. So if you have tightness on the right side of your body, it's going to stretch the right side. Push your hips to the right. Let your head rest on your right arm. Deep breaths to the right side. Let the pelvis move away from you. The arms are straight. The hands are pushing into the floor. You're pushing your weight to the right, and the head is pushing and resting on the right arm. And you're breathing to the right, especially where you feel that tension. Take one more breath. Bring yourself back to center, and then bring yourself up. Okay. Let's do a plank to end the practice today with strength. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Any variation of plank that you'd like. So you can come into full plank, or you can have your knees and shins on the mat. Spread your fingers and look at your fingers to make sure they're spread. And then push the fingertips in. Push where the fingers attach to the palms. And then push the whole hands in. Push your hands in, push your body weight back. And then bring your awareness to your feet, to your toes. And make sure all 5 toes on each foot are touching. And you push through the heels. Push your feet into the ground, and then try to draw the feet up towards the hands and the hands back towards the feet. Turning on those deep hip flexors. Active head. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself down. So catch your breath. Close your eyes. Breathe. Breathe down to your pelvis. And open your eyes. So let's go down into Shavasana. Let everything that was practiced today find a new place. So new memory of space, range of motion, flexibility. So if you do have your bolster, maybe bringing that underneath the knees. So with the bolster, it's really nice to put underneath your knees, or you could put underneath your pelvis, or you could do a regular Shavasana. So your choice. But take this time out to let everything that was done today in the practice find a new home and to settle in your body. Stay here in the present moment. Don't go to the past. Don't go to the future. Feel your body, noticing whatever you notice. Stay connected to your breath. Hands could be in your belly or they could be up alongside your body. Just let go, let the weight of your body go. Go into a place of relaxation. Stay connected to your breath. So begin to deepen your breath. and bring movement to your hands and feet, and then up into your arms and legs. Bringing your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Come onto your side. Try to keep your eyes closed. Stay inside, sitting in whatever is a comfortable position for you. Bring your hands together, your hands at your heart. Press your heart to your hands to your heart. Long spine, long back, neck. Let's close with a gentle vibrational humming sound. Exhale to create space. Inhale all the way down to the base of your spine. We bow in gratitude. We bow to each other. You could say thank you. You could say namaste. So today's practice, a lot of leg stretching, a lot of muscles of the legs, really important for walking, for fall prevention, for keeping the proper alignment of gait that begins in the feet, that establishes all other aspects of joint coordination and alignment, which is so important for minimizing wear and tear in your joints and breakdown in your body. So for healthy aging, for managing stress internally, really important to work on flexibility, range of motion, and functional movement in your body. All right. So how are you all doing? I can't see you, so I don't know how that is for you all. I wish I could, so that I'll know what you're doing. So I just have to kind of go according to what I remember from my years of teaching. Carolyn, good. I'm glad you feel great. That's important. Hi, Terry. Great. And hi, George. You're so happy to be here. I'm so happy to have you here. Oh, good. Yeah, you know, George, so did I. And I just noticed that. I mean, I knew I did, but oh my gosh, I felt my glutes today. So that was a lot of great stretching and hopefully help to break up lactic acid. So we will minimize the pain from all that lower body workout yesterday. All right, Stevie, are you still here? So anyway, for those of you that didn't hear me in the beginning, this class is going to go live, like in person in July. We're going to try it. Torrance Memorial, the hospital I teach for, they updated the space that I was teaching at on Saturdays. So I am actually going to go back and try live classes in July just to see how that goes. So I will not be live here on YouTube on Saturdays, but I'm going to see how it goes because I'm just not sure how that's going to go. Anyway, you're welcome, Stevie. All right. Okay, George, good. Yeah, you'll be back. You'll be back live on Saturdays. And anyone else who lives here, it's actually awesome to be in person because I have access to so many props and walls and all that stuff. So anyway, all right. Well, have a great Saturday, everyone, whatever it is you're going to do. I'm going to a 60s, it's a 60th birthday party. So the theme is the 60s. So I'm going to go shopping for some great outfit to look like a flower child or a hippie, a cute one. So anyway, I'm off to find some kind of outfit for 60s attire. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see you all when I see you. Bye.